I remember I was only 13 when I met the demon. Gave me a deuce and the...
I'll tell you a little secret. Make sure that you keep your mouth shut. Ron got a Lexus, crib in Philly and Texas. Trifters up Bahamas, just got a whip for his mama. He fucking up them commas, be honest, he seemed decent though.
I hear you, but I just seen Ron about a week ago. In fact, he ain't looking too good. His knees is kinda slow. I asked him why the struggle. He got stuck up for his bundle, but them 6 hollow tips in his legs what made him crumble.
Thinks he got a house and mama is living good.
Said the feds took it all. He right back in the hood. I see you try to play me. You gave us crack in the 80s. Made us abort our babies and making hoes out our ladies. I know you got me gravy, but Satan, you must be crazy. It's gonna take more than them cars when to amaze me. I seen niggas shoot for the stars, but being lazy. Never get their head at the clouds, so you don't faze me.
I guarantee that you gon' regret it. Remember I said it.
Nah, you could dead it.
What you saying? I can't win?
Nah, devil, nice try. So until we meet again,
I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. I ain't religious or superstitious, but we've been getting fucked and put to the side like a mistress. Police patrolling why? Because prison became a business. They murder one of ours and they start talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. If this ain't hell, dog, what is this? Where was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? There was no peace talk like the Dalai Lama. Bush dropping bombs saying he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man, they even caught the Boston bomber. But when we riot, they send the military in armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die a martyr. You reap what you sow, some people call it karma. When Christ return, y'all gon' get this harvest like a farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying to settle the score with a side of Shakur. I changed my life and I'm just trying to live life right. But at night I look behind me and see flashing lights patting me down. You got nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I gave up my vice. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? And Your Honor, why you gave our homeboy's life? I've been wondering why you shot our homeboy twice. Pussy with a gun screaming out that he got a knife. He came from Habibi's spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's trife, I'm just giving visuals like Skype. Ask Trayvon, Mike Brown, Akai Gurley, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Philando, Alton Sterling, Jaquan McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got to meet the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. I pray for the demise of the devil.
It's rolling on it. What is it?
Purchase your tracks today.
Know the people been waiting for a minute for something authentic. Came in the truth and bossed in it, made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image, I.S.U.P.K whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage? 2 words for soft niggas. What is good riddance? Don't affiliate with feminine symptoms. I know you feel me, nigga. This a death threat to hip hop. You don't stop that weak shit, I'ma mix your lean with some Grimlock. When the last time you heard it this raw? What I wish for's when the earth inherited by the piss fall. We been to war, them the ones I'm taking risks for. Ain't got no picks or no cars to hold. Holy angels watch my steps, them Glock guard my soul. Can't let them leave my body cold. I know you feel me, nigga, let the wicked weep and the meek prevail. God never been 50-50, I shall now awake and sleep a cell. Let the righteous cry, silence the pretender, a rebel without a cause. As long as I remember, not taking the kingdom, the only thing on my agenda. Can't avoid me, nigga. Middle finger to the ones that try to destroy me. Revenge of beauty, I'm a beast. I told the bitch she can't eat unless she join me for dinner. My God ain't got no regard for a sinner. One paw fall on him like timber. I know you feel me, nigga. In the eyes of terror, I stand still. Go to work for the colony, bring it back to the anthill. Plus everything I drop, heavy as an anvil. Show you how to stand like a man in this damn field. I know you feel me, nigga. Fuck equality, it gotta be one man win and the rest lose. Wave devastate him, I'm calculating my next move. UPK will real niggas seek refuge. Body shots for bars, that'll get you bruised. My niggas whole ranker, check your little attitudes. I came to fuck up your mood on your little holiday like I'm Mr. Scrooge. Resurrected from the grave, walking from the fall. Visions in my eyes, gripping the mic, screaming God bless the underdog. Down by the letter, and live by that protocol. Walk by faith, not by sight. Ain't no hope for getting struggles. Life like double war, resist or get pulled into a world that never left you. I will endure. Election will be sure, correction will be swift. No Will Smith, but I am legend. What else would you call the killer of deception? A leader got soldiers on post in every direction. On go like a German shepherd. Young
Your tracks today.
If Rome ain't on it, what is it?
Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. I can't fight the cops and the ops. Stolen Glocks, heavy on the block. While a crack tucked in the sock. And still help the ones I love. He was on the block for the grub. If he from my side, then it's love. Wanted big knots, busting out the jeans. But we was hurting on the fiends. Without that crack, he look just like me. Dirty nigga from the concrete. But the white man dealt his hand. So we eating out the trash can. People ride by, don't extend a hand. Cause to them, this an average black man. So for him, that's why I gotta make it. I ain't talking rap. Before the slave ships, I'm one of a kind. Y'all can't take it. I can never leave my spot vacant. Cause I'm black, I see crowns and I take it cause I'm black. I never been in no spaceship, but I know a UFO when I see it. I know that it's gonna come when I need it. I put faith in God more than Bible readings. War don't play that shit, address them when you see him. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Learn to flip pennies cause I'm black. Know about semis cause I'm black. Yeah, in the hood we was strapped 10 toes down, we wear sacks. Substitute Israelite with black. And you gotta guess where I'm at. I be with the priest chillin' hard, right on Malcolm X Boulevard. To you niggas, to me the stars. Everything about my life is hard, but I'll never fold, play my cards. You want beef? What's the cause? Watch your mouth, I hit hard. Back up for you need gauze. Everything you say mad pause. Every move I make is within them laws. And I've been the boss cause it's beneficial. Ask the enemy, I've been official. If not for weed, I've been the official. Homie, I understand why you smoke. Been depressed since slave boats. But the Bible is the cheat code. Far blunts don't need those. Brotherhood is life's cheat code. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. I don't gotta buy J's cause I'm black. I don't play 2K just cause I'm black. Fought my whole life cause I'm black. But I left his eye blue and black. Ain't got a trap cause I'm black. Ain't got not one face tat. but I'm still getting profiled, cause I fit these crackers profile. Scruffy beard with the dark skin, baggy sweats with the butter Timbs, so they know they can't butter him, so they rather jail cell muzzle him. If you touching him, ain't just come for him, cause I'm a law keeper, a peace bringer, no tranquility, a peace bringer. Deuce in the street sweeper, curves clip, I be spicing shit, but gunned out with die in the icy wrist, that shoulder my chest ain't for blocking shit. Touch me, I'm all when you blocking shit, cause I'm black, you think I gotta cock the fifth? Well, that's a stereotype, that's accurate, cause crackers laying niggas in these cold streets and then telling my brother he got a beef with me. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black, ops wanna drill me cause I'm black, can't get no job cause I'm black, she wanna fuck me cause I'm black, her dad don't like me cause I'm black, but she Hispanic so she black, ain't got no time for none of that, bitch I'm a Jude so I'm black, cops wanna kill me cause I'm black, ops wanna drill me cause I'm black, can't get no job cause I'm black, she wanna fuck me cause I'm black, her dad don't like me cause I'm black, but she Hispanic so she black, ain't got no time for none of that, bitch I'm a Jude so I'm black, so I'm black.
West till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, you get you.
Clap it up. Everybody pay your tithes and share the stream. We have the I.S.U.P.K coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, at the Commander Gen.YAHANNA. And today's topic is voting is an assault against black people. When I say black people, I mean I'm including black, Hispanics, and Native Indians because they're also black too, contrary to popular belief. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to go up one.
Yeah. Verse 14. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me.
The Most High already knew we was going to do that too. He already knew, because we already had a king. He was our king. You know, but what do we want to do? We want to be just like all the other nations. It's one of the major problems that we have right now. That's the reason why we're voting. That's the reason why right there, because we want to be just like everybody else. When voting, of course, has never helped us. Actually, it's also been an assault against us. As a matter of fact, a lot of us was murdered back, 100 years ago. You know, when they very first started the voting, you know, when we first started trying to vote. And the people that was murdering us didn't know that voting was actually hurting us. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know it. All that they figured, Negroes want rights just like what we got. Right. Kill them. Make sure they don't have no damn rights. And that's how they mind is thinking. All right.
Yeah. Verse 14. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me.
Right. We want somebody we figure we can manipulate.
Right.
Because the Most High's laws are just straight and strict.
Right.
We want somebody we can find a little fault in, so we can get us a little wiggle room, you know. You know. You go ahead.
Verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. Whom the Lord
shall choose. The Lord didn't choose Trump or Biden to be over us, or that Kamala Harris, or that what is that woman's name? Maxine Waters.
Oh yeah, Maxine's right. Yeah.
Right, which I'm gonna get on. If we have one that was actually of our brethren, our people would not want him.
That's right.
Just like they don't want Commander Gen.YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's one among us. He grew up in the Bronx, in the ghettos, just like us. You know, but at the same time, the people don't want him as, is even any type of leader. They talk all types of garbage on Facebook. Even the fake Israelites that run around talking about, we Israel, we all need to be together and all of that. If they really believe that, then they wouldn't be talking crap about Commander Gen.YAHANNA, would they? They wouldn't be doing that if they really believed that. Even if they didn't agree with what he's saying, it'd be like, well, even though I don't agree with everything he's saying, what they teach and everything, but I can say that they are about our people. They are about that, and I can't find no fault in them. So so even though I don't believe in everything, but I still support them. They would be like that, right? Right. That's how they would be, even if they don't agree. They would think about the greater cause, right? You know what I'm saying? The rough spots will be smoothed out later on. Right. Go ahead.
All right. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
Right. You can't set a heathen over you. I don't give a damn, what kind of heathen he is, an African or whatever the hell the goddamn case is. You can't set him over you. And another thing, like say for instance, Barack Obama, is like, Barack Obama, black president. Where was Barack Obama? Who knew of him in 2005?
Say it again.
Who knew of Barack Obama in 2005? No one.
No one, yeah.
Nobody knew him. He popped up on the scene just like a magic trick. Yeah. He popped up on the scene, 07, right?
Yes, that's right. Because the inauguration was around 2008, I want to say. And
right.
Around that time, he was president.
Right.
Coming up after that.
Right. And think about it.
I think he was.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
He was only known about a year before that.
That's very true.
He was in Chicago. He didn't grow up in Chicago. You're talking about a dude that had a Kenyan father who lived all over the world. Is that the life of a regular black man?
No.
It's not. And his allegiance will be more bad in Chicago because he knows Chicago is kind of like, real pivotal as far as like civil rights and stuff like that.
Right.
And he can go there and, kind of manipulate some stuff. Few people knew about him then, but they wasn't like he was all on television and everybody knew anything about him. He went to a black church, all of that stuff. And that's what even devils do. They do that. Devils go and deal with, didn't Donald Trump do that too? Yeah, and they all laying hands on him and praying for him and all of that. They don't even know what the hell they even doing. While they sitting there, they partaking in his demons. That's what they actually really doing. That's why the Apostle Paul said, lay hands on no man hastily, nor be partakers of one another's sins. And they all put their hands up on him, and they sitting there, and when somebody do that, there's a transfer. Contrary to popular belief, there's a transfer that happens when people do that. That's why they always, when you go to the Christian church, they always quick want to lay their hands on you. Especially if they figure you the type that's not down with the church like that. Real talk. They figure you ain't the type that's really down with the church like that, you're skeptical. They want to be quick to lay their hands on you to transfer something from them into you. Because they damn sure ain't trying to become like you or transfer from you to go to them. And then they'll be skeptical about the church, right? No, they ain't trying to do that. No, they want to make sure that their energy or whatever you want to call it, gets put up on you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that, the scapegoat type of thing. All of them laying hands on you and praying for you. You just got out of jail, right? Next thing you know, you bounce out to be twice the criminal you was first. You know what I'm saying? And then taking on all of that was the whole purpose behind the scapegoat. In the law, what did they do? They laid the hand up on, you know what I'm saying, up on the goat, and their sins were transferred to the goat, and the goat was driven out into the wilderness. That's one of the reasons why devils pat you on your back. You remember, it's a song. Remember, it's an old song. Have you ever heard it? The hand that pats you on your back might hold you back. Or something like that. And that was one of the lyrics. I can't remember who sung that song. It was an old song.
I definitely heard the saying, but never that.
Yeah, it was a song. Yeah, it was a song that said that. You know, I can't remember exactly. I can't remember how it went, but it was a song, and that's the reason why. That's how you know you marked. I'm just kicking it how it really is. You know, that's how you know you marked for termination. You know, that's why, you know, the serpent was the most subtle beast of the field, and he still is to this day. He ain't changed. He done got even more subtle to the point to where he got blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians on board with his subtlety. We know he's the devil. We still follow him. Right. We hear it, you know, it's becoming common knowledge now that he's the devil. And he's Esau and all of that, and niggas are still fighting it. You know what I'm saying? And they wonder who the damn red people are on the earth, and they wonder why the MAGA hat is red. They wonder why the dragon in Revelations is red. You know what I'm saying? Red, when you look at it, you know, they try to say King David was sin. Remember what the scripture when it said, though thy sins be as crimson, so they should be white as snow. Crimson is red. Just like you had the crimson tide with us on the west coast of Africa, how they slaughtered so many of us, and the tide poured in blood red. You know? Esau came out red, being the man of sin. That, what is it, Thessalonians talks about. So anytime you see red in the Bible, it you know, it has to, it's something bad. Or the red light district, right? You were caught red-handed. You know what I'm saying? You did something evil and slick and sneaky and all of that. You know? Blood on my hands. You know? Means you don't rather directly murdered or indirectly had had someone killed. The blood is on your hands. It's like the Christian pastors are red-handed because the blood of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is on their hands for not teaching the truth, even though they ain't never shot. Some of them ain't never shot no brothers or nothing like that. I said some of them, but a lot of them have. You heard about that one with that brother, that Christian pastor shot and killed he was an NFL player. I think he's a Hispanic brother, I think it was. A black Hispanic. This was a few years ago. He shot him over his own wife. He was counseling the dude's wife. And, of course, he's an NFL player and everything. He had a real fine wife and both of them. But dudes, he's on the road because he played for the NFL, right? Now, he started meeting his woman. He goes up in the church. He's like, man, what's up with this? And think about how much he trusted that Christian pastor, too. He looked at how much honor he had for that Christian pastor and how much he loved his wife. So that's a double whammy. It's not like she was screwing some dude that, you know what I'm saying? That work at Costco's or something, you know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's having sex with his pastor, whom he revered and looked at as a man of God and a man that he would be able to get wise counsel from. And he went up and confronted him, and the pastor was already prepared for him. He had a gun inside the church and blew that man away.
Good man.
The pastor knew he was coming and already knew he was going to do what he was going to do. Right. They should have charged him with premeditated murder. I don't know what his actual charges were or whatever the case, but he got charged with that and he went to prison. But premeditated murder, that carries even greater sentence than regular murder, right? There wasn't no goddamn self-defense. I don't care what nobody says. He was already pre-prepared. Who the hell bring a gun up in the church
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially a Christian pastor that brings a gun up in the church, and then as soon as he see dude, now he going to get the gun. He knew dude was coming for him. To at least to question him or something. Dude didn't even come up ready to beat him up or nothing. He just wanted to find out what the hell was going on. Whether the stuff was true or not, and the pastor pulled out a gun because his guilty conscience weighed on him and blew that man away.
Literally.
Right. Any more on that scripture?
Yeah, time. Verse 15, also, which is not thy brother. I'll go back real quick.
Oh, okay.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Whom the Lord shall choose. Whom the Lord shall choose. Whom the Lord shall choose. Now, how should blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians think in that instant? They know, here's the thing, Christianity teaches you that God chose Donald Trump and Biden and all of that. You know what? I used to think that. Way back in the day, I used to think that. I used to think whatever president was, the Lord did choose him to rule Babylon, not to rule you. You know what I'm saying? He's not your president.
Right.
He has nothing to do with you. You're a separate society. You know, it's just like what Commander GEN.YAHANNA was bringing out. You know, I think it was Monday. I think it was Monday. How we're supposed to, you know, how they get their hooks in. They hook you right from there, from the things, you know, we don't even think about. You know, I done seen, like, on a Facebook post today, brothers, there's supposed to be, you know, Hebrew Israelites and everything. They in some old funny fake stuff that, you know, but they call themselves like Israel or some weird stuff like that. But they are defending a devil that's crapping on their heritage right in their face.
They're laughing.
They're crapping on. I mean, they what they doing? They partnering with him, but he's crapping on their heritage right in their face. And the dude gonna even have the nerve to say, "Well, he know he a Gentile." What did he say? He said he know he a Gentile. He's a stranger, but we love him. Oh, really? Did you look at his post? He's calling you Africans, talking about you ain't got the Y DNA or some garbage like that. He's telling you to your face that you are an African and not an Israelite. And he's being real slick, and these dudes are too stupid to even see it because they got Stockholm syndrome. You know. That's the reason why the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge is not affiliated with no Israelite groups.
That's right.
Where, you know, I remember that show, The Highlander, there can only be one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm an old man, yes.
No, that's right.
Yeah, but that show, The Highlander, there can only be one, you know. All right. Any more on Deuteronomy 17 and 15?
And among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not.
The first black, you know what I'm saying? The first black this, the first black that. What the hell does it actually do for us? The only thing it feeds the person's vanity as an individual.
Right.
You know, I think OJ, if I'm not mistaken, I think OJ Simpson was like the first black running back or something like that to play for the Cleveland Browns, I think it was.
Okay.
And the Devils wasn't even blocking for him. You know, but we always want to be the first black to do something. Now think about it. You remember OJ was walking he walked with that limp?
Yeah.
And that might have came behind his, his accumulative damage behind him being hit because of the Devils not blocking for him. You know, that injury could have happened in the very beginning of his career. It just took its toll, you know, throughout the years. Voting is an assault against black people. You know, yes, they don't care about us, but here's the thing. They want us up under the heel of their shoe.
Right.
That's the thing about it.
Right.
You know, you might not care about somebody, but just because you don't care about them don't mean you want them dead, you know. But they want us dead and subdued. Real talk. That's what they want from us. They want us subdued up under the sole of their foot, and want to keep us that way and keep our necks crushed. Any more on that scripture?
Yeah, no, actually that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to Deuteronomy 4 and 6.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. Keep therefore and do them. Actually, go to verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to the...
And progressing and getting better and better ever since Babylon upon the Nimrod. How the hell can you defeat that system otherwise? You can't.
Right.
You'll never do that. You'll never defeat it. They're just only going to equities up under them. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We would just be the bramble for the fire. That's it. You know, we'll be the wood that they keep casting into the fire to keep themselves warm. That's it. Any more?
God. Verse 6, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nation.
It said this is our wisdom. This is it. This is our wisdom right here. Now, we don't want to be wise, we want to be smart and educated. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. We want to be educated. When you're in a when you think about it, when you're in some type of battle on Facebook and everything, when you cut them real good, what's one of the first things they say? You uneducated. You're ignorant. You know.
I'm in a battle right now.
Well, they get ready to hit you with that with those same words.
Yeah, a brother just said that you got the Star of Molech on. I'm like, all right, that's right. Well, let me get my first steps.
Right, the Star of Molech, and he don't even understand the false deity Molech. You know, he don't even understand it. He don't. Right. Cheon. Right. He don't even understand those. Right. And you know, people just coming off half cocked with no, you know, studies on any of that stuff. They don't even know. You know what? If we was actually worshiping Molech, you know what we would have to do? We would be on board with abortions. You know what I'm saying? This is how you can tell what somebody's worshiping is by, you know, what they do. You know, Planned Parenthood worships Molech. Right. Because what do? They sacrifice children. That was one of the biggest things with Molech worship was sacrificing of children. Right. You know, we are trying to save children. So they'll sit there and talk about, yeah, y'all got that Star of Molech on, and y'all got that, while they sit there and try and impose upon brothers and everything that they can only have one wife. Obviously, he the one that's worship Molech, because if you sit there and trying to impose upon some brother that he can only have one wife, because, you know, not every woman has a dowry like that, you know, that has what would they call it, a dowry, where she can have many children. Some women, you know what I'm saying, they only have about 4 children, right?
Yeah, ain't there a precept that talks about David's name as far as how the shield was presented?
Right, yes it is. It's 2 triangles, the da and the da, the wa, the da. You just left out, just like you have your signature. Nobody writes their name just perfect, you know, on a signature and everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You put your signature, that's why it's a signature. It's your you know what I'm saying, thing. And then what the da is, what they call the Star of Molech or whatever, which is the shield of David, is compiled of 2 triangles intertwined together.
It's Hebrew letters.
Right, it's Hebrew letters. A triangle in the ancient Hebrew it makes the sound da.
Right.
You know, the only thing it just kind of leaves out the wa, is like I said, it's a signet. You know, so it leaves out the wa, so you just got the 2 das. That's what this is.
Where's that precept back here?
I think it's the one where it said the shield has lost its honor.
Lost honor.
Right. Right, because what do they try to say? Also, too, they try to say, well, they try to pull up stuff and be like, oh, see, look, they had this in such and such a land, and they had this and that such a land, and that proves the scripture when it says, when it talks about the shield has lost its honor because heathens took it on. Right. They got that as the flag, over in Israel. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some of the most abominable people in the world. And what do they also have too? They have our name. You know what I'm saying? They're the Jews now, right? They call it themselves, the tribe of Judah. And Levi specifically is what they try to say that they are. The Amalekites and everything, the practicing, the practicing rabbis, the Orthodox and all of them, they try to say that they the tribe of Judah and Levi. Right. Ask one of them, what tribe are you? Well, since I'm a rabbi, I actually believe I just might be of the tribe of Levi. Oh, you just might believe. He's 50-something years old, you know what I'm saying, and been in Judaism his whole life. But at the same time, he think, well, I just might be the tribe of Levi. Right. Just because of, I have the X chromosome. And some little weird stuff like that, Okay, any more on the scripture?
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nation.
This is your wisdom in the sight of the nation. And see, a lot of us is too busy trying to be smart too. If you keep these commandments, the smarts is going to be like a byproduct or a fruit of the wisdom that was ingrained in you.
Yeah, I said byproduct.
Right, a byproduct of that. That's what it would be. It would be a byproduct of, just like, who the hell was smarter than King Solomon? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Who was more skillful? During the time of Babylon, who the hell was more skillful than Daniel and his companions? No one. They knew how to run everything. The secrets were unlocked to them.
It's a lot. Like everybody has to understand that Daniel was, a brother from the slum, from the hood, and that brother was very intelligent. Right. And that's why the Lord was dealing with Daniel the way that he was. Right. You see what I'm saying? And ain't Daniel the same man that destroyed the other nations' gods in front of them?
Daniel, talking about Daniel?
Yeah, it was Daniel.
No, you're thinking about Gideon, right? Gideon. Yes, Gideon. I think it was a few. Jehu did the same thing.
It was Daniel that had pretty much like disrespected the other nations as far as a God.
Yeah.
And that's in the Apocrypha,
right? That's in the it's in the Bible too.
Yeah, you mean the New Testament? Yeah,
right. Yeah. It was trying to get him to, because every time, because they was trying to scheme and plot on him. Yeah. All the heathens and everything that were princes were always trying to plot on Daniel. And Daniel.
I want to say the king did too at one point.
The king never was really on it. They were his men. They were on Daniel. Okay. They were, but the thing about it though is the other princes persuaded and then tricked the king into making certain decrees and everything to where they can have Daniel put to death. Right. Exactly. Because the king couldn't go back on his word, his decree. He could never do that. And, that's the reason why when Daniel was in the lion's den, the king at the time, Darius, it was Darius, wasn't it? Darius of the Medes.
Yes, I want to say that.
Yeah, he was sick, all night thinking about Daniel, but he couldn't go back on his decree because back then a king could not go back on what he said. Right. Once it came out of his mouth, it had to be done. And then when he seen that the Lord was with Daniel like that, the lions didn't devour him up. Because the kings was always, because he was so close to the kings. Daniel was the Judite Joseph. You know what I'm saying? You know, how Joseph was in ancient Egypt is how Daniel was in Babylon.
John, very right.
You know?
I found it.
Okay.
Scripture. Finish chop this nigga up real quick. So
oh, is any... is he trying to, say something in the class and everything?
What happened was I shared your class.
Okay.
I shared the class into multiple different groups, and he said, like, this is our Molak. And, pretty much I'm like, nah, that's not Sarah Molak. Like, do you mean to show David? And I was like, you know what, you sound like one of those unlearned ass niggas that learn off of the internet.
Right.
He learns, not so properly.
Right.
And he was just like, he posted scripture, Acts 5:26, talking about Molak, Chitchuin, and Ramphram.
Right.
And I'm just like, I know what that's talking about stars as if they're famous.
Right.
And things of that sort.
Right.
But I'll get back to him later. If you want to. Yeah. The nation which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Yes, they'll say this, and here's the thing about it. They're not going to say this after kissing, because they're kissing our behinds or nothing. Right. They hate our guts, and they would hate to say that our laws and statutes is better than theirs. They would hate to say that. Think about it, the ones that everybody had as slaves have statutes and commandments and everything that are way superior to theirs. Oh man, they just gonna have to be broken. The ones that's honest is going. They might even put other heathens to death for saying that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, surely this people is a great, wise, and understanding people. Because you done had a few heathens in the past, and even devils. And be like, damn, just like with Pontius Pilate, he was, he wasn't judging, the situation with Christ just based on his natural hatred for the Jews.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For black people,
Right.
He was he was judging actually righteously. That's why he was saying the things that he was. And then at the end of the day, he's like, look, I can't find no fault in this man.
Exactly.
Right. And Pilate knew. He's like, man, this dude is way better than us in our self-righteousness and all of that. This guy's way better than us. Because Rome was also known for homosexuality, all kind of stuff like that. They couldn't pin none of that stuff to Christ at all.
Right.
So they think, man, this dude, this guy is way better than us.
Right. Right.
And he's like, and he it's funny because he understood judgment. He understood, he had some understanding of it. That's why he washed his hands of the situation, because he knew that there were a payback would come to him, and it could plague him and his house. You know what I'm saying? He at least had that much knowledge. I'm thinking, damn, it's crazy, because he had more knowledge than even the Jews that were saying, we'll have no king but Caesar. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, good night. And we was the one that was given the law, statutes, and commandments. I'm like, man, that's a pretty rough, pretty rough thought right there. But let's go to 1 Timothy 2:11. I want to get on this situation with that. What was that woman's name? Maxine Waters, and what she said about black men. She said that she was going to punish all black men that voted for Trump. Now we know she really got now, knowing the language, because they speak in dark speeches, knowing the language, she wants to just punish black men, period. The vast majority of black men ain't even voting. The vast majority of black men ain't even voting. The only ones that's voting is pretty much the ones that have good jobs. You know what I'm saying? Niggas out there in the street grinding and everything, they might know a little something about, the political stuff and all of that. And they know a little something about it, but they're not trying to invest their time in standing on a goddamn line. You know what I'm saying? That's, that's $500 they could be missing. You know what I'm saying? $500 a stack or whatever. You know, they really ain't into that like that. Their mind is confined to their own world. You know what I'm saying?
That's like you said, Maxine Waters said. What again?
She said that she was going to punish black men that voted for Trump. Now, think about this for a second. Out of everybody, she's going to punish black men that voted for Trump.
Right.
Black men. Only black men, right? She didn't say that about black women. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say that about Chinese men, Arab men, white men that will vote for Trump, poor white men that will vote for Trump. She didn't say that about any other group except for black men. Right. And that's why they put her in a position like that. Just like that woman, Kamala Harris. Which she's not black. But still, if you ready to roast black men, you know, their hat goes off to you. Because everybody, here's the funny thing about it. The hatred of us produces money. A lot of money.
That's right.
The hatred for us, think about it for a second. Look at the jails. Wasn't Kamala Harris have all of those brothers? She was a prosecuting attorney that had all those brothers locked up. That locked the brothers that didn't even do the crimes. And had them locked up. Now, back in the day, when I got locked up, this was way back in like 96. They got $55 a day. Just off housing you in the cell or whatever the hell, the dorm or whatever you was in, right? Now, think about it. They're not getting anything back. Just for housing you. Right. They're willing to pay $55. Now multiply that by, you know what I'm saying? Multiply that by 4. Well, let's see. Multiply that by 7. You in there all the time. Multiply that by 7, and then take that. Multiply it by 4, and then take what you get by 4, because that would be a month's worth. Multiply that by 12. Because it's 12 months in a year. Look at how much money they get off of you just for being there for a year. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
You know what I'm saying? That's a whole lot of money that they getting right there. And then you just get the little, you know what I'm saying? Then the Bob Barker soap and flip-flops and all of that. Everybody just feasting, you know what I'm saying? Everybody feasting off us, real dope. You know, Bob Barker, you know, getting all that money from the goodie bags and stuff people get when they first go to jail, which is a soap that make you itch and all of that, and you know, toothbrush, toothpaste, you know, flip flops, you know, just those little bags. He became a billionaire. No. What was it? Yeah, he became a billionaire off of all of that. You know. Then you have Michael Jordan, who also, you know, invested in the prison industry also. Of course, he got filthy rich. You know, they get rich off of us in ways that we don't even think of. We got clips on YouTube, experiment on why black men are angry. Now, the government and these corporations will push money at that person, especially if he's of the right stock. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things devils do, they got to be of the right family in order to pull it off. You know, just like the devil from the trailer park, he can't say, I'm a scientist, you know, and I'm educated and I want to do a study. They won't do it for him. He's the wrong stock. But to find the right stock, they'll push money at him. You know what I'm saying? To do it. And he'll get rich. I mean, so what devil wouldn't take that deal? You know, he already wants to get rich outside of his father's inheritance anyway. That's one of his biggest goals, because he don't want to be strapped with the legacy of just living on daddy's money. He want to be able to do something himself, right? So now, being the fact of having his daddy's name and legacy and everything, now he can sit there and say to them, yeah, you know, I want to do a study on black males
Right.
You know, black male reproduction and black male this and that. They'll flood it with money. They'll flood it. Money will come from everywhere. That's how they do with the grants and stuff like that also. And even the grants and everything is off of our back.
Grants?
Right.
How about the scholarships?
Yes, scholarships, all of that stuff. Yeah, all of that, you know, the grant, just like, as a matter of fact, they had scholarships back in the day for, it was supposed to be for Native Indians, right?
Really?
Right, it was supposed to be for Native Indians to get into certain colleges, but there was no Indians on these colleges though. These were white people that were claiming to have 1/8 of Indian blood in them, and they were getting all the benefits behind that, just like the casinos.
It's like, I got a question for you as far as that. Was that in any way connection towards the into the what's it called, the contracts that they had with Esau as far as the Native Americans?
Yes, it has something to do with it, but at the same time, even if they didn't, the Native Americans didn't sign those contracts, they would still been able to just tumble over and do the same damn thing.
Yeah, kind of.
You know, because
I was just wondering, if that tied into it at all.
Yeah, it does though. It does. It really does, because you know how the white man like to use his paperwork and everything, and you sign that, you sign on that dotted line. That justifies him to be able to do what he does to you. But even if you don't sign it, he's still going to do it anyway.
Exactly.
Because think about it, the Reubenites didn't sign no contracts. You know what I'm saying? The Seminoles and all of that, they didn't play that contract shit. You know what I'm saying? And then look what they still done to them. You know what I'm saying? But if you sign it though, you're just pretty much just bowing down. You know what I'm saying? And they like, oh shit, we got this. This is gonna be a cakewalk. I mean, even if they're gonna screw you over, it's best that you don't sign for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like in a marriage. A woman wants you to sign that contract, so does Esau. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, hell, if this heifer gonna roast me, I don't want it to be via contract. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just go ahead and do it without the contract.
Right.
Soften the blow a bit, maybe, right?
No, you're right.
Because you sign that paper, say, you end up, doing something and get prospered and stuff like that. Now she gets alimony. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And while she's sitting there banging another dude, and her and him is both eating off your alimony money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a rough game, sign that damn contract, Real talk. You ain't got a real solid, super down-ass sister, you certainly better not sign it. I'm just keeping it all the way real. You know what I'm saying? It's just not, I just don't see it a wise thing to do. There's been niggas that been burned without that, but I'm not gonna put my name on the damn dotted lines to be burned. You know what I'm saying? The hell with that. Okay, they're the same. We are still on verse 11. Verse 11 of the 1 Timothy chapter 2. Okay.
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
The woman is supposed to learn in silence, and that I am woman, hear me roar. That the sisters done picked up from the damn devil woman. When the devil woman, here's the funny thing about it, the devil woman is married. She's married. White feminist women are married, even if they're lesbians. They have husbands, and their husbands control them and tell them what to do. Right. That's why every time they go out into the street and protest for feminism and all of that, they're not doing that on their own. Their men fund those campaigns. And they do it on purpose because, see, here's the thing. This is the power of feminism right here, right? A lot of people think that it's just some, this crazy stuff and women is taking over, and that's certainly not the case. People think that women is taking over and all of that, it's like the man against the woman and all of that. Well, you got to think of who's at the top. They benefit because if they can set there and turn your woman against you, right, because they don't have the military military might to fight directly against you because they make up such a small portion of people on the earth. You know what I'm saying? You know, the super rich make up only 1% of everybody that's on the face of the planet. You know what I'm saying? So how the hell could they, if everybody wised up and went for them, they would be through. So now they have to confuse you. They have to heat confusion up. They have to do it. They don't have a choice. That's why they do it. And one of the biggest ways to do it is to turn that woman you lay right next to you, that lay right next to you in that bed against you. They're breaking down the, because every family, every house is like a cell and a body. You break down the cells in your body, you die. You know what I'm saying? You know, every cell in your body, you know what I'm saying, you know, it has a function and a purpose. And without them, you die. So if they can destroy that cell inside your house, you know what I'm saying, and they can do this and mass produce this thing and have your woman turned against you, they even have to do this with white people too. Because white people way outnumber the ones that's this many that control everything. So they have to confuse them too. But who catches the worst end of the stick? It's us, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We catch the way worst end of that stick right there. You know, as soon as our woman get a, you know, she can do any damn thing. She get a decent job, you know, she automatically thinks she over you. Hell, she thought she was over you at birth just for being a woman. And that's stuff that they put up on her. Now, check this out. Now, I seen a clip on YouTube where the brother was talking about, he said, white collar women that believe that they are better than blue collar black men. Now, the blue collar black man can make more money than her. He can be a contractor somewhere or a construction company. Say he pulling in $80,000 a year. She pulling out only half that much. But because she wear the little suit skirt thing, you know what I'm saying, and think she's Kerry Washington on Scandal, working next to some devil, bringing his coffee and running his fax and running his papers and all of that stuff. She thinks that she's better than him, and that nigga makes twice as much money as her. He just come in a little dirty. You know what I'm saying, with some boots on. And she still thinks she's way better than him. Ain't that something?
No, you're right. That's right.
And that's the same situation with this Maxine Waters and all of that. Imagine how she treat the men in her family. You know, so this is also why women should not be in power.
Right.
You know, women should not be in power over men. That is actually against the law. When the situation with Moses, when Miriam was a righteous woman, she was just touched with a moment, right? Miriam, Moses' sister, she was a righteous woman, and she was just hit with a moment, right quick. You know what I'm saying? That she came against Moses. And here's the funny thing about it. You ever notice that the Most High hit her with leprosy, but didn't do nothing to Aaron? You know what I'm saying? Both of them came against Moses like that, right? And the Most High said, come out and eat 3. You know what I'm saying? The Most High hit her with the leprosy. You know? And she became leprous, white as snow. And the Most High said, this is how hardcore the Most High is. He said, if her father was but to spit in her face, wouldn't she be unclean 7 days?
Good night.
That's what God said. That's God said that. You know what I'm saying? That's what God said. If her father was to but to spit in her face, you know what I'm saying? Would she? You know, where it said, wouldn't she be unclean 7 days? And that's when she had to be put, you know, away for 7 days. And then at the end of 7 days, Most High healed her and everything, and she was, you know, brought back into the fold.
Right.
You know, Most High take that stuff. Right.
Yeah, no, because I mean, I think that's really a good point to make.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, I definitely understand what you're saying as far as that. You said Exodus, right?
I think it is. Let me see. Let me make sure. Numbers.
Numbers? Okay.
Numbers 12 and 10. That's what it is.
10, okay. I got you.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Okay, we might need to go up a couple of verses maybe.
Okay, you said Numbers what?
12 and 10. So we might need to go up because it says in the cloud of party, you know.
How about verse, you want to start at verse 8? No, let's start at verse 7.
Okay.
Numbers chapter 12, verse 7. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house. Verse 8. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches.
Right. Most High speaking, directly. A lot of people twisted on that, you know. They're like, oh, so that means Moses had to see God's face because they spoke mouth to mouth. No, that's not what that means. It means he spoke directly to him like that. You know, the Most High wasn't even speaking directly to King David like that. You know what I'm saying? With Moses, the Most High was speaking directly to him. That's what it meant, mouth to mouth. All right.
Even apparently, and not in the dark speeches, and the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore, then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
Right. He's asking, you know, why wasn't y'all afraid to speak against him, being the fact that he speaks with me directly?
Right.
You know. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 9. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. Verse 10. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow.
Wait a minute. Aaron and Miriam. Was it Aaron and Miriam?
It says Miriam.
Right, it was just Miriam.
And Aaron comes next.
Right, yeah, but Aaron wasn't hit with the leprosy, though. The Most High didn't do anything to him. You know what I'm saying? He brought the cause of punishment later on down the line or something, but the Most High hit Miriam quick. You know? And which bounces off the scripture, you know, but the woman is not supposed to usurp authority over the man.
Right.
You know? And that's what she was lightweight trying to do. Go ahead, come on with that.
Time. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Verse 11. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Verse 12. Let her not be as one dead.
Whoa! It said one dead, or go ahead.
Of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
Who came out like that? Right.
Damn. That's deep.
Let him die, because Moses was familiar with that. You know, Aaron was familiar with that. When you know what I'm saying? I mean, you talk about Aaron, you know, the son of Amram. Right. You know what I'm saying? The son of who's the grandfather's name? Damn, I forgot the grandfather's name, but the son of Levi, the son of, you know what I'm saying, Jacob.
Okay.
Whom had the twin brother Esau, who came out red with his melanin gone.
Oh, you talking about Isaac and Rebecca?
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay,
right. With, you know, so Aaron knew, you know what I'm saying, the story. You know, he knew what happened, you know, with his great uncle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Aaron came after.
Right. Yeah, Aaron was Moses' brother.
Yeah, that's right.
He came long after. I mean, when we was.
Yeah, Moses and Aaron were physical brothers.
Right. And Miriam, they were all brothers and sisters.
Yeah. And also too with Aaron, Aaron popped up on the scene before Numbers.
Is it? What was that?
Did Aaron pop up on the scene? When I say on the scene, like Aaron's first appearance was in no, it was before Numbers.
Right.
It was before Numbers.
Right.
Was it Deuteronomy?
No, I think it was. I think it was Exodus.
Exodus. Okay.
Right.
Exodus.
Right.
Yeah. So that makes sense. So of course that's generations and generations. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, at that time we was already we multiplied into thousands by the time Aaron. We was popping them kids out fast. Even with the killing that they was doing, we was still multiplying too much for them. And they got sick because of us. You know what I'm saying?
So like it's the same thing with Pharaoh.
Right.
He was like, something about the wax code. We should deal with the wisely.
Right. And Aaron was alive during that time. You know what I'm saying? Aaron was like 3 years older than Moses.
Okay. So
he was about 3 years older than Moses.
Okay, so he was the older brother.
Right. Yeah, Moses was the youngest. Miriam and Aaron were both older than Moses.
Okay. That makes sense. I definitely understand that, yeah. Alright, no time. So you want to keep going?
Right.
Alright. Verse 12. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Keep going. Verse 13. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now, O God, I beseech thee.
To heal, he had to go back before the priest, to be searched and checked and everything. Certain conditions on that, and if he wasn't clean, he had to go back out there again. When he was clean, or he take a shower or whatever the case is, sundown, then, wash his clothes, all of that, then he can be accepted back into the fold. So, that was just, there's some serious, the thing about it though, the Most High only hit Miriam with that though. He didn't hit Aaron. For one thing, Aaron was Moses' older brother. So maybe we was looking at it like, okay, all right, fine. He can check, but he can check Moses a little bit, even though the Most High did not like it. But Miriam transgressed even worse behind her being a woman trying to check some black man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no woman supposed to be rising up and just checking no black man either. You know what I'm saying? That ain't supposed to go down. If she figured he's doing something always wrong or whatever, she should come to him in humbleness, like, just like somebody would come to their boss. Nobody run up on their damn boss and be like, you ain't running the damn company right. So who do that? You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of these sisters are running these facts, and doing the paperwork with some damn devil. She know his transgressions. She know he got coke up under the damn desk or whatever. She run up in his face talking about you. Imagine her run up in his. Yeah, so she know he got cocaine in his desk drawer that he bring out, you know what I'm saying? But she ain't say she doing her job. She ain't saying a damn thing. But if she's concerned about it, she's like, sure, I think you hitting that powder, cocaine, and that's the reason why also too. Okay. Even the other men, the other men, in the scriptures that messed with, had all these different wives and messing with heathen women. Ain't no woman come up to check them. Right. That woman was in her damn place. She minded her goddamn business. His other reels didn't come up to him talking about, you married. No, the prophets come up to you and let you know what's going on. What you doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just like in King David, what woman, in the kingdom came up to King David and was like, you know what, that shit was wrong. What you did with Uriah and Bathsheba. No, she didn't do that.
Right.
Nathan the prophet come to him in the word of the Lord. That's how that thing. That's why I say our women have too much power in this kingdom.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't know how to handle power. They're the chief abusers of power. That's the reason why, and they'll work with whatever little power that they got, because this is their time. This is the time that the serpent promised them in the Garden of Eden. They're living it now.
Right.
This is that time. This is the time right here. That's the reason why you get into an argument with your woman. She can call the damn police and have you thrown in jail. Imagine how that feel to her as a power surge. You know what I'm saying? Imagine how that feel to her.
God.
And she can get all the assistance and aid and all of this stuff. She has no accountability for her, things that she do or none of that. So how they say it, actually she is kind of like a queen in her own right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She don't have to be accountable for anything. And she can do whatever she wants to you. And they wonder why so many black men don't be in the home. Now imagine what type of black man Maxine Waters got inside the home. Yeah, most likely he's in if she even has a man, because a lot of times they'll be married to somebody black, but that somebody black is damn near just as bad as him being married to somebody white.
That's right.
It's just as damn bad because he's just as goddamn evil as her. You know what I'm saying? He's some type of judge or something like that, known also for doing away black men. You know what I'm saying? He's some type of judge. Some dude that has power and authority also too, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how they do. They kind of be like arranging marriages. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you, she ain't married to the dude that work at goddamn Ford. I'll tell you that. She ain't married to him. You know what I'm saying? And she not even married to some damn police chief, not unless it's a white dude. Because he will be way too beneath her. You know what I'm saying? You talking about a woman that's high up in office and stuff that has a main line to the president of the United States, who can hit him on his cell. Right. You know what I'm saying? You talking about that type of person right there. Any more on the scripture?
Verse 14. And the Lord said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that, let her be received and again.
Right, because
we have 15 minutes left. After this, to be back into the vote.
Okay. Yeah, this is where I was going to the Maxine Waters and everything. All of this stuff ties in together. She's with the, she's the one that made the statement. About black men and everything. She's doing this right at the time of the voting. When you never heard much from her before.
Yeah, no. I haven't heard from her in a while.
Right.
Who's the other one? Is it Candace something? Candace Owens? I think that's her name, Candace Owens. I haven't heard nothing from Candace Owens either. And Candace Owens is a coon as well.
Right.
She's another sister that just what the hell she's talking about.
And they do this stuff on purpose. They put these sisters, in these positions and everything, and that, because but it being the fact that it's time to vote, because now they got to try and pump you up to vote. That's why you're hearing from them now, because they got to pump you up to vote, and then they have to threaten you if you don't vote, and then they threaten you on who you vote for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't vote for Biden, and you vote for Trump, she's gonna unleash fury upon you. That is Jezebel. That's the Jezebel spirit.
That's right.
And the thing about Jezebel is that Jezebel spirit, with Jezebel, if the chips is down, she's not going to stand there for the fight. She's not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? If the chips is down, she will not stand there. She will think only about herself. Jezebel did the same thing. Matter of fact, I want to pull that right quick. I want to go into let's go into 2 Kings chapter 9 and verse 30.
That's right now. 2 Kings, chapter 9, verse 30. And when Jehu was come to Jezreel, Jezebel heard of it, and she painted her face and tied her head and looked out at a window.
What she seek to do, she thought to seduce him. Now she's married to Ahab. And when Ahab went up against that Syrian king, remember how Jezebel was so quick to have the prophets put to death. She sent out fury upon them, right? But when that Syrian king came up against Ahab, you know, where was she at? She was gone. She was gone. And this is before this, what we're talking about right now. She was gone. She had nothing to do with that. She saw what she thought was a stronger force coming against her husband, and she only thought about herself.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? To save herself, that was it. And that's the same stuff that she pulled when she ran across, when Jehu came through, and Jehu wasn't playing that garbage. What did she do? She painted her face. She put on makeup on, you know, tied her head and all of that. You know, try to look, you know what I'm saying? You know, try to appeal to the eyes right quick, because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because the woman was a very nice looking woman. She looked like, you know what I'm saying? She looked like an Israelite sister. You know? And that's one of the reasons why she was so seductive in the nation of Israel, because she looked like one of us. You know, even though she was a Canaanite. You know, and we always had our problems with them Canaanites. Man, that's one of the top women that we loved, you know what I'm saying, in the scriptures, you know, was them Canaanite women.
Oh,
right. Right.
Alright, okay. You know you can tell, right?
Okay.
That's what. Yeah, I'm reading. So verse 31. Verse 31. And Jehu entered in at the gate. She said, had Zerai peace, who slew his master. Verse 32. And he lifted up his face to the window and said, who is on my side? Who? And there looked out to him 2 or 3 eunuchs.
Now think about this. This is another. Now with this whole thing with these, you know, sisters, these females being empowered, what do they produce up under them? They produce eunuchs.
Right.
Because that's one thing that they hate. They hate the natural order of reproduction and things like that. And what do they seek to do? They seek to destroy the spirit of the men that are around them. That's the reason why Jezebel had eunuchs around her. And these eunuchs were once with her, the ones that threw her ass out the window. You know what I'm saying? These are eunuchs who she made eunuchs. When a woman can sit there, you know, and put you in check, and then you just got to be quiet and all of that, she's already making you a eunuch already. See, that's what she's doing, even though you still got your parts. But she's making you a eunuch because you're learning not to stand for anything because you don't want to piss her off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, just like what Christ said. He said some men are born eunuchs, some men are made eunuchs by men.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, okay, any more on that?
Let's see. Verse 33. And he said, throw her down. So they threw her down, and some of her blood was sprinkled on the wall and on the horses, and he trod her underfoot.
Rolled right over her.
Good man.
Now think about it. This is the fate of these kind of women. It's going to be bad. They might not get trod over by horses and everything, but whatever is going to happen, it's going to be bad.
It's not going to be beautiful.
Right. Exactly. It's going to be quite horrible. And a dishonorable, you know, death. You know, and you know, that's the reason why they propping these women up in these positions, to make sure that they beat us down. They know the truth is out, and they know we gathering our stones back. They know the bones is talking about in Ezekiel 13 and 37, like it came together, and the sinews is coming up. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they know the breath is coming. You know. So what are they going to do? They're going to get more vicious than what they was at first. There's a vicious spirit You know, it's an extremely vicious spirit. Now think about what she's going to actually do. Regardless of who gets elected, she's still going to be in power. You know, the way that she speaks, she's still going to be in power regardless of who gets elected president. Mm-hmm. She's still going to keep her position. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they do. They don't look at the other side as the enemy. The Democrats don't look at the Republicans as enemies, and the Republicans don't look at the Democrats as enemies.
Right.
They're playing together. They're playing on the same goddamn team. That's the reason why whoever gets elected, they hire somebody from the other party who they ran against and put them in their cabinet. That's why that happens.
That's Biden and Kamala Harris.
Right.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So either way it go, she gonna punish. She gonna want to punish for it. He was the one that said that.
That was Clinton.
Yeah. Okay. Clinton.
It was Hillary Clinton. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Back in 2003.
Oh, well, Biden was in that cabinet though. He was somewhere lurking in that cabinet.
Okay.
You know,
as
now
far as I'm not sure if he said that, but I know that Hillary Clinton said it. But she posted it as well, like online.
Right.
So
Yeah.
It was no hiding or running from that.
Right.
You know so yeah, and of course they have, you know, her and her husband have scandals as far as surrounding incarcerated Black and Hispanic people.
Right.
See what I'm saying? You know, so yeah. But as far as Hillary, yes, she definitely said that. As far as Biden, I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't put past him, so I'll say yeah as well.
Right.
Yeah, he called us roaches, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Good night.
You know, like we pests that need to be gotten rid of.
Yeah.
And then he paid Jesse Jackson $1 million to get the black vote.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff right there.
Yeah.
You know, and he has a I can't say it, but he has a mixed devil son.
Okay. So yeah, that's with the sister.
Right. So he used to work in the office. Matter of fact, I was Facebook friends with the dude. Danny, I forgot what his last name is.
Okay.
That's Bill Clinton's son.
Good night.
Yeah, he looked just like that nigga.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. A lot of people on Facebook were saying like, Bill Clinton got a black son, but of course, we know about you are the seed of your father. Right. So whatever race your father is, that child is as well, no matter how they look physically. And but yeah, it's not really. I wouldn't even say that it's not really spiritual in a way. It's just I don't want to.
It really is.
Yeah, it is, but I don't want to say it's science either. It's just like it's not common knowledge to a lot of people, but it's like, if an apple seed is if an apple seed is in an orange garden, it's gonna come up as an apple.
It might look different.
But it's just like, but at the same time, he's still a devil. But you actually work with him?
What was that?
You worked with him?
No, I didn't work with him. I was friends with him on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And it was in a battle on Facebook and everything, and I made the comment. I said they don't give a damn about no devil, no half nigger child.
Right, half nigger
and
child.
he liked the comment and everything.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
He looks just like him in the face. You seen it? You seen his face?
Yes,
he looks just like him. Now, what is the chances of that? She worked in the White House.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And and he was banging his maid, doing the old, presidential tradition, screwing his maid, especially being the fact that she had a black husband. And guess who raised dude? Guess who raised him? Who was his father figure? That black man.
That black man, yeah.
Right. And that was a common thing going on.
Yeah.
Back in the day too.
That's just called an identity crisis.
Right.
Yeah, and that's just horrible.
And the thing about it is, the black man sat back and raised a little devil.
Right.
Who he knows don't look a goddamn thing like him.
Not at all.
He look dead like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. The black man still love him and raise him as his own. That's another tradition.
What?
I'm just saying. That's another tradition of black men raising the child that his woman cheated on him, you know, that she produced after cheating on him. And even with a devil dude. Right. That stuff happened, you know what I'm saying? Huey Newton's a devil. Huey Newton, the Black Panther?
Yeah, of course.
He's a devil.
What?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What?
His father was a mixed devil. His father was the child of a white man. And she was married to Huey Newton, who Huey Newton was, you know, raised as, thinking that was his dad. Well, what happened was when she had a child, she got pregnant by the mixed devil. She got pregnant by him while she was married to Huey Newton's stepfather. She gave Huey Newton his last name. That's how he ended up with the name Newton, last name Newton.
Newton, yeah, okay. I mean, it probably explains also too, as far as all the inviting, you know, white people into the Black Panther movement and, you know, having sex with them and the cocaine.
Yeah, he was a leader. He was a leader. He's the most popular Black Panther it is out there.
Yeah, good night.
Right.
I'm thinking about the Boondocks. The Boondocks is based off of the Black Panthers, and in a way, as far as Huey P. Newton character, which is you know my favorite character. Right. But damn.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
He's a devil.
Good night.
Yeah. Huey Newton was a devil.
Good night. I don't know how shocking that is as far as that, or well, I wasn't as shocked as far as Bob Marley, but it's damn close.
I was shocked with Bob Marley. I was super shocked with that one. I ain't even gonna lie. I was shocked as hell with that one.
Good night.
Yeah, I was shocked with that one right there. I had to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good night. Okay. Well, anyway, moving on. But you talking about Danny Williams? Danny Williams.
Right. Yeah, that's
Bill Clinton's son.
Right.
Yeah. No, it looks just alike.
Right.
Yeah.
What is the chances of that? You know what I'm saying? What the hell is the chances of that?
It's not 1 out of 100.
Right. Yeah. You know, his face look dead like his.
Yeah. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? What is the chances of that? And then by the way that he talked and all of that, because you would swipe it down, he a black man if you didn't, you know, even if you see him and you don't think like Bill Clinton or nothing, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know, you would just think he was a black man. Because he talked like a black dude. Raised by black people.
Right.
Going over black people's house, Christmas, Thanksgiving, eating chitlins, and you know what I'm saying? All of that, you know, you're going to, you know, got Negro uncles and, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff.
All right, let's get one last one because it's already done the clock.
All right. Okay. Let's go to John chapter 19 and verse 15.
1950, yeah.
Right.
All right. John chapter 19 verse 15. But they cried out, away with him, away with him, crucify him.
Well, who cried that out? That was us. That wasn't even the Romans. That was us that said away with him, away with him. Golly. See how we have to treat, you know, real good black men? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Come. Pilate said unto them, shall I crucify your king? Shall I crucify your king? The chief priest answered, we have no king but Caesar.
Whoa, who answered that?
The chief priest answered, we have no king but Caesar.
Good. No, he said the chief priest said that. The chief priest said that right there. That we would have no king but Caesar. And we got Caesar all right. We got Caesar Borgia. You know what I'm saying? We got Caesar Borgia. You know what I'm saying? Also pronounced Cesare. You know? Also pronounced Cesra. You know? Pronounced different ways being on which country you in. In Italy, it's actually Cesare. think it's Cesar is like in France.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know.
Yes, Cesar.
And then it's Spain, because actually they were originally from Spain.
Yeah. And then as far as Bourgier, it's like, you know, it's Borgia, but Bourgier as well. It's like,
right.
Yeah, that's France as well.
Right. Then they switch it up to Bogias.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They call it different stuff, you know, because that's how they was able to float through. Just like even Napoleon did the same thing.
Yes.
Napoleon was actually an Italian. His real name was Napoleano Bonaparte.
Okay.
That was his real name.
Yeah.
But then he changed it when he went to France to Napoleon Bonaparte.
Okay.
Sound more French, name meaning the same thing, but now it's only in the French tongue, dialect, and everything.
Napoleon the scripture, right?
No, Napoleon's not in the scripture, but I'm just using him as an example.
No, I'm thinking of
Alexander, yeah. Yeah, but you know, that's what they would do, you know, and that's why, you know, such a Bourgier them, because they, even though they came from Spain, they went to Italy and made it like they were Italians, you know, which is the same old Jewish trick that they've done all throughout the ages. You know, they do that. That they've been, you know, that's their culture. That's their, you know, their culture of doing that. Because what do? They go into these countries and everything, and they conform to the people of those countries with the intent on taking it over. Whatever governmental cabinet it is, you know, what they'll do. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started on 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. Root for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 verse 21, Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 through 10 means tenth in the Hebrew, Mayashua. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. We will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. What we have?
Yeah, it's going to be the Feast of Dedication, which is coming up December 6th. All right, so that's very soon. You know, for those that are in Minnesota, you want to get yourselves ready for that. All right, and we will be promoting that. You know, as of you know, tomorrow. Right. See what I'm saying? Just to let everybody know what's going on. There's going to be a flyer, and share the flyer. Invite your family, your friends, things of that sort. But of course, only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are invited, all right, as far as the feast, all right, or anything that has to do with the Most High.
Right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, then start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. With that being said, Imagine, rise. Upon Hakidam, rise and face the east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shubashamayah. Dash. Yah. Shamka. Yahweh. Lapuka. Taba'a. Adazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baharakaza. Wa. Yah. That's luck now. Mayan. Rai. Yah. Laka. Malakwa. Wa Allah. Wa Tafara. Lawalayu. Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father.
Our Father.
Who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Thy
kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
On earth.
In
earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this
Our
day.
daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our
As
debts.
we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not to temptation.
Lead us not into
But
temptation.
deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen.
Prayer for the blessing in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Barak Lanah.
Barak Lanah.
Wa'ya Shalom.
Wa'ya
Wa'ya Bayah.
Wa'ya.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Gun.
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 Say the name of loved ones once. Everyone repeats the name once.
Rapah Yahweh.
Rapah Yahweh.
Yawash.
Yawash.
Ramak Yahweh.
Ramak Yahweh.
Kodash Sayan.
Kodash Sayan.
Star Yahweh.
Star Yahweh.
Kanad Bar.
Kanad Bar.
Bakar Dam.
Bakar Dam.
Dakaya.
Dakaya.
Kabad Tabat.
Kabad Tabat.
Kabad Dabar.
Kabad Dabar.
Bariah.
Bariah.
Nicole Clinton.
Nicole Clinton.
Saharazan.
Saharazan.
Davion.
Davion.
Deontay.
Deontay. I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
Azar Yahweh.
Azar Yahweh.
Napatazar Alabama.
Napatazar Alabama.
Kapash Yahweh.
Kapash Yahweh.
Maccabi Yahweh.
Maccabi Yahweh.
And all the sword of Israel.
All the sword of Israel.
Done.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Ba'ashem
Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The water Amon.
The water Amon. Bless Israel. In the English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In the school.
Bless I.S.U.P.K. Protect.
Bless I.S.U.P.K. Protect.
Loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
It's like, thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Give me a second. I gotta swear. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
To evil the curses.
To evil the curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
Speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
Teachers.
Princes.
Princes.
The priests.
Priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
In the school.
In the school.
To evil the curses.
To evil the curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
Shake loose.
The treasure rich of Israel.
Treasure the rich of
And
Israel.
refuse to give to the school.
Refuse to give to the school.
Force the riches.
Force the riches.
Into thy sanctuary.
Into thy sanctuary.
To evils and curses.
To evil the curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And nations.
And the drug dealers.
And the drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
Prison system.
No, it's like, my bad. The prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All governments are our enemies.
All the governments are our enemies.
Emulate synagogues and armies.
Emulate synagogues and
Roman
armies.
Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Poscomatazzi. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. That's the space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airways. Cable access channel. And radio channel. Prevent the spirit of any of thy people. That seek to stop us. And bring swift destruction. To all the heathen. And stand in the way. Try to stop us. And broadcast your word. Throughout the planet Earth. Lose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro. The earth will consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief. And the murderer. Let Yahushua. Michael and Gabriel. Took down the flying saucers. And punish all the heathen. And come up against us. And to speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all. That it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread throughout the media. Throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake out thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you always. So be it. Christ. Alright. You got it. Call it.
In Israel, Ma'at Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Barak, Yahweh, courtesy salute to the sisters. Ma'at Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh,